Hello, everyone.
Hey.
I hope that you are having a great afternoon, a great Thursday. We are live once more for the town hall of the CHSB Guardians of the Borg. It's going to be number 6. I believe these are the right slides, and we'll start right now. No? Well, StreamYard doesn't want to play the slides, so we're going to do it another way.
Yeah, demo effect.
Oh, there we go. I hope that's the right one. Nope.
It's not.
Is it? Yeah, this is. Cool. All right. Welcome, everyone. I see your comments. It makes me laugh. Thank you for your fun times. You are happy to be with us. We're happy to be with you, and especially usually, and that's every on refait le povo. Not sure how to translate it, but let's go. A couple of statistics. Dany, this is your slide. You rock at this one.
All right. So for this session, we've done Google Docs. So we're trying a few things for each iteration. So for this session, we received a little bit less unique users. So we have 4,271 unique users. The snapshot was done yesterday at 2:36 CEST. And we got 3,307 eligible people for the rewards. So we have some limitation here. We have like 83 standard users who still try their luck and try to vote, but unfortunately, the Guardians of CHSB is only for the premium users. So if you want to get rewarded or want to make your voice heard, you need to upgrade to a certain, at least the first premium tier. We have 757 users who had fewer than the threshold for this session, which is 300 CHSB, and 126 users who weren't found. And about those users, it's often either because of misspelling, mid-type. You really have to care about how you type your email. And as a little example here, we've put a screenshot of the response sheets that we received, and so that you can at least a bit see how sometimes we had to deal with the different answers. So it's okay to put some fantasy, but sometimes we are not sure how you want to vote. Like the first line here are the question, but the second one is like the person put a definition of what, I don't know actually what he wants
Yeah,
to
I think
try.
it was when I translated it, he actually answered definitions of what each category is. So like we said, how much do you want to allocate to the burn? And he said, the burn is a SwissBorg implemented mechanism that's here in order to make the supply
So I guess you put
deflationary.
it, you put the
So
question on ChatGPT and ask.
yeah, and I was like, okay, that's nice. I like to know what the burn is, but answer the question. Then we have
Yeah.
the 3/8, 1/4, 1/4, 1/8. It's like, okay, it is values,
Or
but
like when we
it's
put a range like from 5 to 10, like we decide that's okay. Oh, they
the
don't know. We don't know either.
I love the at least 30% and then at least 30%. So yeah, then we just manually put the 30%, or when we could guess it, we put it as what we could guess, and when we couldn't, we just put 0, and the vote was, well, the person is still eligible to the reward, but the vote is void. So you have to be careful to be accurate when we ask for a percentage. You have to answer a percentage. Try not doing with a few of these examples.
But yeah, maybe how we put the vote is also something that we can consider, because when we had it on type form, we could like have some validation form when we assure that it's a correct email at least, and at least numbers in the response. So maybe you can go back to type form for the next sessions, for example.
Here we
Um,
comments saying that it would have been nicer that the questions, if the questions weren't in English. The first question was select your language, and you could choose between English, French, German, and Italian. So I maybe you didn't check the French box, and because otherwise, I'm pretty sure you would have answered the survey in French.
yeah, well, let's go back to the slide then. We have here each category of each premium who have voted. So, and the little pie chart here to see the repartition. So you can see the most people who voted are community tier. So that's a cool thing, actually. And we have also the average premium inflow. That's maybe you can talk us about, Benjy.
So the premium inflow is just to compare, for example, on a monthly basis, how many premiums are in the app. So what is the pool of people that are eligible to the rewards? And so we see that it increases little by little. So that's always good news. But there isn't a massive inflow, or at least not right now. I'm guessing this will change if the markets pick back up, which we don't know if they're doing right now. At least CHSB is having a good time. And that's what matters the most. These forms are trash and generate you work. Yeah, we're looking into it, and we're going to have some news in the coming times about the future of the Guardians. The sustainability score. This is the Guardians score. It was implemented into the community score at one point, but then it was decided that it was probably better as a standalone. And for those who don't know, this score is from 0 to 10, and it's a representation of SwissBorg's profitability. The rationale is that depending on SwissBorg's profitability, there is more or less money that's going to be going into the protect and choose pot. It's just as simple as that. If the company is super profitable, then we'll have a lot more that goes into the Guardians of CHSB or Guardians of Borg. And if the company is not profitable, then we will have less. And we have that chart that's detailed in the blog article. So if you want to read up a little bit more about it, feel free to check out the blog article. The pot's current status. This is a slide I'm super happy about because we've been talking about how SwissBorg was going to buy back tokens for the last few months now, and we finally started to do so. At the end of September and during August, we've done 2 buy sessions. That means we have bought tokens in order to fill up the Guardians of CHSB pots, and we've bought 125,000 USDC worth of CHSB at 0.1265, and that same amount of USDC at a price of 0.1352 for each CHSB. So we have had almost 2 million CHSB tokens that have joined the Protect and Choose or the Guardians of CHSB pots, and we're obviously going to be using them. But it's great news because we also saw that it helped pick up a little bit of momentum, and we have buys that are coming every quarter. The next ones are going to be done in the next 3 months. So that will hopefully also help the momentum to be kept up, and we're very hopeful for the rest of the buys. On top of that, there are also some more buys that we do on a monthly basis, depending on the sustainability score. And this for the session 5 was of 76,000 CHSB. For the session 6, we haven't done it yet, but it will be coming in the next week. And then I'll be updating you guys next session, so next month. The results of the 6th session. Go for it, Dany.
Sure. So finally, the results are the following. So for reward, we have 47% of the total amount, which result of 297,000 CHSB. We have the safety nets for a little bit more than 15%, so 17%, which result of 107,000 CHSB. The burn, who's got a little bit less than a quarter of the pot, so 154,000. And the fourth option, which was the referral program, got a little bit less than 10%, so 16,000 CHSB. The size pool in total was 620,000 CHSB, which is equivalent of roughly 93,000 USD.
Exactly. You've been training on those numbers. There you go.
Yeah.
Some more.
All right. So the safety net. So we had previously 754,000 CHSB on the safety net pot. We are adding the 107,000 to it, which is now up to 861,000 CHSB into the safety net, which will be used in case there's a problem and we need to use it, actually.
Exactly. And now for a hot topic, we're going to be talking about the burn. So you guys have chosen to burn 342,000 CHSB. No, 290. No, wait, here. 154,000 CHSB. But when you add it to last session's burn, that adds up to 342,000. This is because as we're doing the migration of the Borg, we can't burn CHSB right now. We have to wait until that migration to be done. So this amount of token is what we're going to be, or what we should be burning as soon as Borg migrates. Now we've done the calculations, and I'm legendarily not amazing at maths. So what we're going to do is burn 500,000 CHSB instead. We're going to be taking from the to be burnt pool, and we're going to be topping it up. And to celebrate the CHSB migrating into Borg, we're going to delete 500,000 of those tokens.
Great
So
celebration.
it's a great celebration. I hope that it's going to make a few of you guys happy. I know that a lot of you enjoy the burn, so let's make it bigger and more popular, and let's make more people happy, especially since we're entering winter, or at least a colder season. So we need the fire to warm up.
Like the burning Borg.
And after we destroy these 500,000 Borg tokens, as they will be at that time, we will still have 314,000 to be burnt. So that's still in the pool that's going to be used to be burnt, that we will burn when the opportunity presents itself, or when the amount voted for a particular month is smaller than 150,000. And exactly, the reward is almost 300,000 CHSB. This is the last reward you'll be getting in CHSB, so it's a little bit nostalgic. But nonetheless, all of you that are here definitely received it, because I don't think that you'd be watching if you didn't know about the Guardians, and as well as all of the other eligible participants. A lot of Borgers did not participate, which I find very strange. Yeah, here as well, he thought you had more generation premiums. Yes, it's true. It's better if more people join, but it's also good for you if fewer do, because then you get more of the rewards. So it's kind of a win-win either way. We obviously want more people to participate, but if you look on the bright side, you're getting more out of it as an individual if you're there and others don't show up. So keep showing up, and hopefully you'll get better and better rewards. Now, the responses and calculation, you guys know this slide by heart by now. Take your hero score boost, multiply it by your premium boost, multiply it by your CHSB holding, and then you multiply that big number by the reward voice rate that you have right here. If you want a better explanation, the 2 first sessions explain it in detail, so I'll let you watch that video again, because we're not going to be doing it every time. Dany, Garden's 4th choice results.
Yeah. So for the first 3 choices that has been submitted to the community leaders, the first choices was first to get a percentage of the reward into favor. Actually, we talked with the team, and that wasn't possible. So we had to delete that first choice and take the second one, which was more feasible. So it's about having a referred program, and that's what you voted for this session. So maybe you can you had the brainstorm session with Benjy the other day. I think it was Tuesday, right? And can you talk a bit about it more, Benjy?
So what happened during the brainstorming session? Firstly, we weren't that many people. So in order to make it community centric, what we did is come up with 3 different experiments, and we're going to get the community leaders which are everyone who organize smart cafes, to meetups, to moderators, and they're going to be selecting and optimizing their favorite one of the three options we gave them. It's going to be a referral boost, which means that you're going to be eligible to reward if you refer someone or multiple people, and the different specific criteria and limits are going to be decided by our community. This will hopefully go live in November if we're efficient enough, and worst case will be December. And what I'm planning to do afterwards is to gather up all of the feedback and do a recap of how much this has helped SwissBorg, and then hopefully also exactly the impact that it has had on CHSB. But that's a little bit optimistic because it's very difficult to calculate. But at least we'll see how many new people join the app, and we could also look at things like how many of them are premium, how many of them have participated in the Guardians, and other interesting statistics that we will be displaying here. All right, here's for next time.
Yeah, indeed. So next time, well, the votes for the fourth choice are open. So if you scan the QR code here, you can already, if you have an idea about anything you want, you can submit it on the Slido here. It's open till the 11th of October. I think the dates are on the next slide. But yeah, we put the QR code here so you can scan it or come back to it later after the live to scan and think about a project that you have. And yeah, it will be there. So to the dates. Next edition. So Guardian of CHSB 7th session. It's starting like today till the 11th of October for the fourth choice. From the 11th till 1 week later, we have our moderators and community leaders pick whatever's best they think for the community. And next session opens on the 19th of October for 10 days, actually. So last minute of Sunday, so 11:59 p.m., so that we don't leave room for ambiguity. So really the last Sunday night. Let's go. And the following week, snapshot and results.
Now, the future of the Guardians. I've written an article that's going to be coming out next week about the next steps that we're going to be taking for the Guardians. A little recap here is that we're going to be implementing a loyalty boost, which means that if you have been active in the Guardians, you'll be getting a little something extra in the reward system. So that's going to be for all of you that are watching right now, and also the ones that are watching after the facts on YouTube, because you're the most involved people, and these are also the people you are also the people we want to reward. Active participation is valued by the Guardians. We're going to switch back to a quarterly Guardians session in 2024. This is because the monthly is very it consumes a lot of time and it doesn't drive the momentum that we were hoping for. So we'll be upping the rewards and switching it back to quarterly so that we can focus on that fourth option more, give more time for everyone to complete their survey, and give bigger rewards at once instead of smaller rewards 3 times, because we'll be switching to quarterly. So that's for every 3 session we have now, that would be bundled into one big one that would be done 4 times. We're going to be changing a little bit the outflow and making it less complicated, fixing it to the sustainability score, because that makes more sense. Since the inflow is tied into the sustainability score, it makes sense that the outflow should be as well. And we're going to be adding a bounty for the option 4. So if the option 4 is successful and actually provides value to the ecosystem, we're going to be giving a bounty to the person who came up with that idea and who carried it on. And depending on their involvement, we'll be giving more or less of the bounty. That bounty does not come from the Guardians of CHSB spot. It comes directly from the community spot that is internal to SwissBorg. So it's a SwissBorg financed incentive to have a good option 4. That way we'll hopefully reward the ones that are even more invested and that actually go through with their ideas. Now we'll take questions if we have any. I see here that someone isn't happy with the fact that we're not burning enough. I don't know what to say. We're going to be burning 500,000 CHSB. If we do that regularly, it's better to burn consistently than just one big batch. We saw with Binance that it didn't have that big of a impact to burn as many tokens as they did. So why would it with other tokens? Deflationary isn't just one time. It's actually doing it over time, just like inflationary isn't just one big batch of tokens that's added into supply. It's when you incrementally up it. Oh no, they're fighting in the comments. Have the Guardians reward already been sent? If so, when? So no, they have not been sent. And when?
I think it should be either tomorrow or on Monday.
There you go. And also, there are 3 people who got an error last time. So their rewards or their compensation for last session will be in this batch as well. So they'll be receiving 2 or 1 airdrop that has all of the 2 votes in it. So that way it's fair for everyone. Cool. I think that the burn conversation can continue on Twitter. Something that should be kept in mind is that we also, more than burning, it's also interesting to have people go premium. That's something that Gardeners of CHSB is trying to do. We only reward the people that are premium and that have CHSB. So at the end of the day, if someone goes premium, they have to lock tokens. If they lock tokens, that takes these tokens out of the supply for a year. And that's also very impactful for price because smaller supply means more volatility, but if there's no demand, then that can backfire. But if there is, then that goes to show that the price can go up as well. It's an interesting conversation to have. I don't think that this town hall is the place to do it conveniently, but definitely, I'd like to have a chat with you about it. If you ping me on X or formerly Twitter, you could we could definitely keep talking about it. Leiby says, please would someone acknowledge that as of today, UK cannot take part in referral rewards? This isn't something that we've been made aware of for the Guardians of CHSB. At least it seems that people may continue to participate in the system, and that's not a problem. But if it does become a problem, or if it is a problem and we're not aware, we will definitely communicate about it and be clear of how we can proceed in the best way possible to comply with regulators. There's no doubt about it. Des sous-titres en français. It's not planned, but if YouTube manages to make it automatic, we'll activate that. Otherwise, Laurent, I'm sure you know the channel SwissBorg Mania. Il fait des résumés en français de tous les powwows, et puis j'imagine que là-dessus, tu comprendrais beaucoup mieux que cette vidéo. So yeah, feel free to subscribe to him. He's one of the good ones. Cool. With that said, I think that we can log off for tonight. I hope that you're happy about some of the news, and I hope to see some discussions if you're not. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.